His hands were wrapping around their waist, and Jungkook suddenly took Tae in his tight grip. They started to back away sobbing, but this time they couldn't free himself from Jungkook's grip, and he started to feel his breath a mix with his own. Jungkook started to lose himself. He placed his hand behind their head. His breath were badly mixed with his own. They, don't do this. I'm a fire. You can't bear me. Jungkook, you sleep. And they were saying when Jungkook interrupted him, and he almost whispered. Jungkook took him in his arm and take Tae on the bed, having Jungkook on top of him now. Taehyung, look at me, he whispered in the air, which made him shiver. They turned to see him. His eyes were wet, and a beautiful smile was making his lips beautiful. Jungkook held Taehyung's hand and kissed it sweetly. I don't want to remember anything, just you and me, he said, and I nodded. Only you and me, they said, and looking in his eyes with full of love. He was just looking at me deeply. My heart would start running fast. His gaze were making my heart skip its speed. I was getting nervous on his nearness. He was so close to me. I had his breath fanning on my face. His nearness always fluttered my heart. Good. I think before I could complete, he touched his lips with mine for a second and silenced me. I love you, Tae, he said, and I looked up. You're only my family now, he said, and you're mine. Taehyung, Jungkook said, and I smiled. He touched his lips with mine one more time, looked back in the eyes, leaned again on my lips, and touched with his own. With each other, I felt my breath was stop in my chest. It was not kissing but touching our lips with each other. My breath would go ragged at his action. His lips were dying to receive a heart-taking kiss from him, but he was teasing me here. Jungkook, I tried to call him, but he pressed his lips harder on mine, stopped my breath in my chest. I waited for him to kiss, but he didn't. My hand went around his head, pulled him closer. I moved my lips on him. My eyes were closed down as his lips, and I started, while my both hands were circled around his head. Kiss me, Cook. One more on your lips, I said, and his lips started to move more. I had my hands went on his shoulder, pushing his shirt down. He unbuttoned his shirt, and in a swap, I pulled it away. I ran my hand on his bare neck. Still, my eyes were closed down. While leaving my lips, he started kissing my jaw to my thought, nibbled the skin of mine while I held his hand and shoulder, losing the pleasure. My breath started getting uneven more, and I felt him on my neck. My eyes were closed down at his intense kisses around my neck, while I bit my lips to stop myself. Oh, Jungkook, I couldn't stop as his lips traveled to mine, and my head would start spinning in pleasure. Our hands were running in his hair, but he didn't stop and keep touching me, making me crazy. His love. I was getting restless for more, and my voice would turn a little loud. His hand went in my shirt, carrying my waist, and eyes rolled back in pleasure as his cool fingers were touching my waist. He moved down toward my stomach, removing my shirt from the belly, and then I felt his hot lips on my belly all around. My rolls were curled up in pleasure. I filled the room. My nails were pinned hard on his bare chest, and his hand moved up and down from my shirt toward my chest, and I felt lost in all this. Jungkook's cold fingers were touching me. Jungkook laid over Tae and he wrapped his arms around him tightly, clearing his back to calm him down. A few good moments were passed as they were in the same position. They moved his eyes in his direction and pushed his hair behind his face, only to find Jungkook closed eyes. They asked slowly, "You, did you sleep?" Jungkook moved his head, slowly replying, "No, I just feel good in your arms, away from that eye of the world." He smiled and kissed on Jungkook's hair. He stood up from his place slowly. After a minute passed, looked into their eyes and he asked, "Is it paining?" They shook his head. There was in pain slightly, but he didn't want to tell him and make him worried. Next morning, the morning light peeked through the window, made Jungkook woke up from his sleep. He rubbed his eyes and took a deep breath. He had never slept so long, but today was something special. The soft pain in his arm was still in his sleep. He smiled, seeing his hair on his chest. He kissed the head with a smile and freed him from his arm and got up. He woke up saying that he had a lot of work today. Tomorrow was the wedding, and how could he rest for long? They made an innocent face and put his head on the pillow and fell asleep. The presents were a source of comfort for him. He saw them and went toward the washroom. Taking out a new shirt, he got ready and came to Taehyung, once again kissing his head. He left like a wind that he couldn't deny any longer. They had woken up at 10 in the morning after Taehee's checking. "Let me sleep. I'm not getting up." They was taking the blanket to hide his face and was complaining that he had called Aunt. He's saying that he had done all the shopping for engagement for Aunt. If no, then go and bring whatever is left for her. Oh, what's the problem? They don't even let me sleep. They walked up. "I'm getting up," they said with a warmth. "Mama, did you ever wear the dress that you wore last night? How wonderful you're looking today," he said lovingly, pulling his cheeks, at which they laughed and hugged her. They felt pain in his back as he carried Tae-hee in his arm. "What happened, Mama?" "It's nothing, baby. I fell out of bed at night while sleeping. My baby, that dress had become dirty, isn't it? I will wear it tomorrow," they said while arranging her hair. "Tomorrow? You wear the dress that you had taken that day," they said with sadness, and they laughed. There was a strange redness on their face today. "Okay, I will wear the same for my baby. I'm happy," they said while touching his nose with her nose. "My beautiful mama." He put his hand around their neck and hugged him lovingly. They hugged his back. It was very lively in the back garden today. Many boys were busy in work.